When most founders or C-level executives first hear about the increased need in learning and development these days, they probably wonder if it's worth investing in something so intangible. L&D is usually established to improve engagement and support employee growth, but the real impact can be more substantial than that. Hello, my name is Kseniia Barchenko. I'm a learning and development consultant with more than 7 years of experience in IT. I combine innovative training methodologies, data-driven insights, system thinking, and psychology to build effective learning and development strategies that help businesses achieve their goals. In this video, I'll uncover what business objectives you can reach with an effective L&D strategy and reveal its real impact. To put it briefly, think of any business goal, whether it's related to profit margins, product development, customer satisfaction, market expansion, sales, or anything else. A smart learning strategy can and must serve this larger goal directly. Such metrics as employee retention, employee net promoter score, increased productivity, or similar are indirect outcomes that appear naturally if an L&D and HR in general is aligned with the business goals. Indirect outcomes cannot be set as primary KPIs for the L&D team, or else the connection with the direct goals will be lost. Now, I'd like to take a few steps back and break down this thought into smaller pieces to understand how we can align an L&D framework with the overarching business objective. First, your company should have a vision, mission, and business goals in place and written down. Having those in mind will then contribute to the overall integrity of your business as a system, including the L&D strategy. Sometimes L&D initiatives do not deliver the expected result only because no one shares the long-term objectives with L&D managers. Second, any strategy is just a way to achieve a larger business goal. Thus, it supports the organization's mission and vision. Imagine strategy as a path that leads your people toward this larger goal. No matter what kind of strategy it is, marketing, HR, sales, or L&D, all employees should have the same goal as their final destination of the path that they take in your company. Circling back on what I shared at the beginning, L&D can't set employee retention, increased productivity, or similar as their primary KPIs unless those KPIs are ultimate goals for the whole organization, which is not the case for most businesses. In other words, L&D must have the same target as the business in general, and the L&D strategy success should be assessed against them. Third, when it comes to organizational models in system thinking, there are open and closed systems. Organizations with rigid subordination, bureaucracy, and less flexible policies are considered closed systems, while open system companies are more likely to employ new practices, perspectives, and thoughts to grow. I myself used to support the idea that strict processes are the foundation for every company until my perception changed when I started delving into psychology and human studies, so I'm not here to prove which system is better. However, if you're watching this, I might assume that your company has more characteristics of an open system, and I'd like to highlight the connections in such a system that are essential if we want any strategies to work. In systems thinking, the connections between the components often matter more than the individual parts themselves, as these relationships share the behavior and dynamics of the entire system, in this case, your business. It's a well-known helicopter view that every leader should resort to before driving changes. This focus on relationships can result in new ideas and solutions that wouldn't emerge if we only considered the separate pieces. You've probably heard that for effective marketing campaigns, it's not the product or service that we need to sell, but the value behind it. This value is actually the touch point at which customers connect with your brands, so it's all about the relationship a company builds with its clients, allowing them to impact the company's system. A similar connection needs to be established between employees and your business, between L&D and your business, and between L&D and employees for any strategy to be effective. I'd like to elaborate on the first one. Let's say your vision involves becoming a unicorn company, and a candidate for a position in business development pursues this career to open their firm in the future. Your company has an interest in their expertise, and the candidate sees that experience in your company would provide them valuable insights into the industry in general. At the same time, the candidate shares your company's vision and, while keeping their personal career benefit in mind, still sees that your business success leads to their success. So this connection with your future employee is evident and beneficial for both parties. Psychology explains such relationships by introducing us the concepts of subject-to-subject and subject-to-object relationships that then were borrowed by system thinkers. If a learner is just told what information to study and they simply follow, they are mostly perceived as receivers of this information and thus as objects. If L&D managers approach a learner as a subject, they create the value, recognize the learner's individuality, and look for the best way to satisfy it with learning. In different situations, we act as objects or subjects, depending on where we are more interested in or where we ourselves see the value or need. In the workplace, many employees are often seen as mere objects, just resources, rather than as active subjects that build their own connections with the company to meet their career goals as well as the business objectives. Closed system organizations expect more objective relationships with their employees. It's when the higher management just tells their employees what needs to be done. Most employees in open systems often try to understand why they should do it, seeking to see what business goal they are pursuing and what contribution they can make to the overall business growth. A well-established subject-to-subject relationship between your business and your employees leads to the same connection between L&D and your employees. When employees know the touch point at which they intersect with your company, they understand that their career success is connected to the company's success. And when L&D programs are directly related to the business goals, mission, and vision, they know why they should join this training. At the same time, since we act differently depending on a system and the value we see in it, it's okay that some employees would prefer to be receivers of the instructions in a relationship with your business, rather than active participants, and some positions allow that. If it works for you as well, there shouldn't be any expectations that such employees will have the internal motivation to pursue your company's goals and thus join multiple trainings from L&D. And this should be acceptable because it represents a fair approach. The issue occurs when a company treats employees as objects but expects them to be active subjects and have internal motivation to achieve the business goals. No wonder the L&D and HR initiatives are not effective in the setting where the subject-to-subject relationship is missing. Also, when L&D managers just react to training requests from directors without knowing the business goals behind those requests, the L&D function won't be able to help achieve those goals. Join me for a free call and I'll uncover your key bottleneck in L&D. If it's a match, I'll then address your specific organizational needs and develop a flexible and scalable L&D strategy that will bring real measurable value to your business and empower your employees to reach new milestones. Thank you for watching, and I look forward to connecting with you soon.